Hi friends, it's Miss Freitag here. You can't see me because I'm going to try to record from above today, but it's me and I wanted to work with you today on measuring length, as you can see on the screen. So this is your new math skill for this week that you're working on in your learning packs. I wanted to go over with you what it means when we measure length, how to measure length, and then do a couple examples together. Okay, so if you can read with me, it says measuring length. When we measure length, we find out how long an object is. Okay, so again, when you measure length, if you hear someone say, measure the length of this book, you're finding out how long an object is. Okay, some words that you might hear when you measure length are long and short, longer and shorter, and we're going to use some of those words today. Okay, so when you are measuring, what you're going to do is you're going to measure with things that are all the same. You're going to pick objects that are all the same size and all the same shape. That way you know exactly how long an object is. Okay, and this is all going to make sense in just a minute because we're going to do some together first. So if you look here, this is the activity that we're going to be doing today. We're going to measure a book, a truck, a pair of sunglasses, a fork, and an eraser, and we're going to be using Cheerios. Okay, so first we're going to make a guess about how long we think the object might be. Then we're actually going to measure it, and we're going to record those numbers here on this chart. Okay, this chart is not something that you have to do at home. You can do it with me if you want. You can make your own chart if you want, but this is just so I can show you some examples today. Okay, so we're going to move our chart up there, and the first object it says that we're going to measure is a book. So let me get our book. Okay, so here's the book we're going to measure, The Very Greedy Bee. And as you can see, here's my pile of Cheerios. So first it's asking us to make an estimate or a guess of how long we think this book is going to be. Sorry, this is shaky, guys. So first I'm going to line up just a couple Cheerios, just so I can get an idea. Okay, so there's 3 Cheerios. Well, I know this book is probably a lot longer than 3 Cheerios. So my guess is going to be 25. So let me record that on our chart for book estimate 25 Cheerios. Okay, so now our next step is to measure. So if you noticed when we made our estimate, I started right at the end of the book. You don't want to start before the book begins. You have to start right where the book starts. And you don't want to leave a gap because then you're not measuring this part. So you want to start right at the end. And I'm using all Cheerios, so they're all the same size, they're all the same shape, and I'm making sure that they're touching. I'm not leaving any gaps, but I'm also not like putting them on top of each other, right? Because that wouldn't give me a real number. So you don't want to overlap, you don't want to leave any gaps. You want them to start right at the end of your object, and you want them to be touching the whole way across. So I'm going to measure how long this book is. Look, I got a broken Cheerio. I don't want to use that one because it's not the same size as the others, so that wouldn't give me a good measurement. So I'm just going to push that one to the side. And I'm using Cheerios, guys, but you can use anything. There's another broken one. You can use anything you have at home. You could use Goldfish. You could use fruit snacks. You could use paper clips. You can use Legos, as long as they're all the same size Lego. You could use erasers. You could use crayons. You can use your hands and your feet. You can use your fingers. You can use anything that you have at home. Okay, so there we go. I think I've made it to the end of my book. You see that how they're lined up the whole way. Now we need to count to see how long our book actually was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So our book was 21 Cheerios long. For actual measurement, I'm going to write 21. Look, let's look at my guess and my actual. I did a pretty good guess, huh? It was kind of close. That wasn't bad. All right, so I'm done with my book. The next object it says to measure on my chart is a truck. So I'm going to push my Cheerios to the side. And here is, I would say my truck, but it's not my truck. Here's Graham's truck. Okay, so I'm going to measure the length of this truck using Cheerios to make my estimate. Remember, I'm going to line up just a few. So there's 4. I know it's longer than 4. I'm going to say 18. So on my chart for truck, my estimate, I'm going to say 18. Because I think this is probably shorter than my book. I don't think it's quite as long as my book. So I'm going to line up my Cheerios. Remember, they're touching end to end in a straight line. I started at the end of the truck, right here. I'm going to stop when I get to the other end. Remember, you don't want to use, if you're using something like Fruit Loops or Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Lucky Charms, you don't want to use the broken pieces, or even Goldfish if they're broken. And if you're using something like Lucky Charms, make sure you think about the cereal or the marshmallows, because those are probably different sizes. Okay. So here we've gone end to end on our truck. My Cheerios are in a nice straight line. There's no big holes. I'm not overlapping. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, let's look at my guys, I was right, and I did not measure this before. I just guessed. That's pretty good. So let's look at our measurement of our book was 21 Cheerios, and the truck was 18 Cheerios. Which one was longer? All right, the book is longer, and which one is shorter? This truck is shorter. Very good. All right, so next we have sunglasses. So let me move my truck. Take away my Cheerios. Here are my sunglasses. Mercedes sunglasses, not mine. She's letting us borrow them. Okay, so I'm going to line up just a couple Cheerios with the sunglasses. This is a little harder to make sure I start right at the end. Oh, that's pretty close. Okay, so there's 2 Cheerios next to the sunglasses. I'm going to guess 10 for my guess. I bet these sunglasses are 10 Cheerios long. So on my chart, my estimate is 10. What do you think? Do you think 10 is a good guess? This is a little bit more difficult for me to guess on this one. Okay, let's go ahead and let's measure. Remember, put them end to end. sure they stay in a nice straight line. No gaps. That looks like it's right about at the end. You see how that, there we go. All right, so those are extra. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness. You guys, maybe I should go buy a lottery ticket today. I might win the lottery. I'm having some lucky guesses. So 10 is the length of the sunglasses. 10 Cheerios long. So let's look at our truck and our sunglasses, just those two. Which is longer, 18 Cheerios for the truck or 10 Cheerios for the sunglasses? 18. So that means the sunglasses are shorter. The sunglasses are shorter than the truck. Good. All right, so next we're going to measure a fork. Fork. Let's put 2 so we can make our guess. So there's 2. I'm going to guess 10 again. That was a lucky number last time. So for my fork, my estimate or my guess is 10. So now we need to measure and find the actual measurement. So I'm going to put those back to the end. Remember, start at the end, end to end. No gaps. Try to keep them in a straight line. And I think I'm at the end. Yeah, it's a little. Oh, there we go. It's close enough. Okay. I know that one looks like it's going past, but like the way the fork curves up, it kind of makes it look shorter than it really is. Okay, so our guess was 10. Let's see and check if we're right. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's a little bit off. 14. Good. All right, so let's look at the sunglasses and the fork. The sunglasses were 10 Cheerios long. The fork was 14 Cheerios long. Which one is longer? 10 or 14? All right, 14 is longer. So the fork is longer than the sunglasses. So which one is shorter, the sunglasses or the fork? The sunglasses are shorter than the fork. Good. All right, the last thing we're going to measure today is an eraser. So let me move my fork out of the way, push my Cheerios over, and here's my eraser. So let me just line up one Cheerio. Now this is tricky because look at the bottom. The bottom looks like it starts here, but the top goes a little bit further. So I'm going to line this up with where the top starts. Right there. Okay, so there's one Cheerio. I'm going to guess 5. I can tell that this is definitely shorter than the fork. There's one Cheerio. So my guess for the eraser is 5 Cheerios long. Okay, so now we need to measure and check our guess. So let's see. 1, end to end. Okay, so there I've made it all the way to the end of my eraser, end to end. Let's count how long it really is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's check. My guess was 5. Guys, I think I might go play the lottery today. I need to go get a lottery ticket. I might get rich. Look at those guesses. I did pretty good. Proud of myself. So, my guess was 5. It actually was 5. Good. Now, let's look at the fork, which was 14 Cheerios long, and our eraser, which was 5 Cheerios long. Which was longer, the fork or the eraser? The fork was longer. Which was shorter, the fork or the eraser? The eraser was shorter. Good. So, I'm going to do one more thing. Now we're going to get all of our objects. There's our book. There's our truck. Trying to line them up end to end so they're just next we did our sunglasses, don't we? Sunglasses, fork, eraser. Okay, so they're all lined up about equal with each other. If we look at these objects, we can see which the longest is. Which one is the longest? The book is the longest. Which one is the shortest? So look at their length. The eraser is the shortest. Good. What's longer, the sunglasses or the book? The book. What's shorter, the fork or the truck? The fork. Very good. All right, guys, so that is how we measure length. Like I said, you don't have to use Cheerios. You can use any object that you have around your house that's all about the same size and the same shape. And you can measure anything you want around your home. So while you're working today, if you get done or you have some extra time, because I think it's going to be at least here it looks like it might be rainy today, maybe you could find some objects and just line them up, see what's longer, what's shorter. Get something fun to measure with. Maybe when you have snack later, measure with your goldfish or measure with your fruit snacks and before you eat them, and just see how you do with measuring length. Remember, longer, shorter, those are some of the words we're looking to use. Okay? Hope you have a great day today, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.